Welcome to this comprehensive guide on multi-primary replication. This presentation covers how distributed database systems can support writes from multiple locations simultaneously, enabling applications to scale globally while maintaining data consistency. By the end, you'll understand the core concepts, trade-offs, and practical strategies for implementing master-master replication in your infrastructure. Multi-primary replication, also known as master-master replication, allows multiple database nodes to accept write operations independently. Unlike traditional master-slave setups, where only one node handles writes, multi-primary systems distribute write responsibility across several nodes. This enables lower latency for users in different regions and improves resilience by eliminating single points of failure. When changes occur at any node, they propagate to all other nodes to keep data synchronized. At its heart, multi-primary replication involves three key components. First, independent nodes that each maintain a copy of the data and accept local writes. Second, propagation mechanisms that send changes between nodes, either through push where the source actively sends updates or pull where destination nodes request updates. Third, conflict resolution strategies that determine how to handle situations where the same data is modified differently at different nodes. Together, these components create a system where writes can happen anywhere, and the system works to converge all nodes toward the same state. Propagation models determine how changes travel between nodes. In push-based replication, when a node receives a write, it actively sends that change to all other nodes. This approach ensures rapid dissemination, but requires the source node to know about all destinations. Pull-based replication works differently. Nodes periodically request updates from other nodes. This is more resilient to failures because a node that goes down doesn't disrupt propagation. Hybrid approaches combine both methods. Nodes push urgent updates immediately while also pulling periodically to catch anything missed. Each model has trade-offs in terms of latency, bandwidth, and complexity. When the same data is modified at different nodes, conflicts arise. Detecting conflicts requires tracking which version of data exists at each node. The most common approach uses version vectors or timestamps. Once conflicts are detected, they must be resolved. The simplest strategy is last write wins, where the most recently modified version overwrites others. Application-defined resolution allows your code to decide based on business logic. Collaborative conflict resolution merges changes from multiple sources. Some systems use quorum-based approaches where a majority of nodes must agree on a value. Each strategy has different consistency, guarantees, and complexity. Causality tracking ensures that if operation A causes operation B, then every node sees them in that order. Techniques like vector clocks record the causal history of events. Strong consistency guarantees that all nodes always see the exact same data in the exact same order, but this requires coordination that increases latency. Eventual consistency allows temporary differences between nodes, but guarantees they'll eventually converge. Causal consistency provides a middle ground. It preserves cause-and-effect relationships while allowing some operations to appear in different orders at different nodes. Understanding these models helps you choose the right approach for your application's needs. Reconciliation is the process of detecting and resolving divergences between nodes. This is essential because network issues, clock skew, and other problems can cause nodes to disagree on data. Background reconciliation runs continuously or periodically, comparing data across nodes and correcting differences. On-demand reconciliation triggers only when needed, reducing overhead, but potentially allowing divergence to persist longer. Deterministic ordering, where operations are ordered consistently across all nodes, simplifies reconciliation. Event sourcing, storing the complete history of changes, enables nodes to replay events and reach agreement. Effective reconciliation is crucial for maintaining data integrity in multi-primary systems. Designing schemas for multi-primary systems requires careful thought. Favor stable, immutable keys that don't change, making it easier to identify the same entity across nodes. Append-only fields reduce conflicts because you're adding data rather than modifying existing values. Deterministic schemas ensure operations produce the same results regardless of order. Minimize cross-node joins because coordinating data across multiple primaries is expensive. Timestamps and version fields help track changes and detect conflicts. These design principles make schemas more compatible with multi-primary replication and reduce the complexity of conflict resolution. Successfully operating a multi-primary system requires strong monitoring. Track the divergence rate, which measures how often nodes disagree, and reconciliation queue depth, which shows how many pending updates are waiting to be processed. Monitor replication lag per node to catch slow or stuck replicas. Monitor error rates per data path to identify problematic areas. For disaster recovery, run regular tests simulating network partitions to measure how long recovery takes. Validate data integrity after failovers. Perform capacity planning to estimate the computational and network resources needed for reconciliation workloads. These practices help you stay ahead of problems before they impact users. When implementing multi-primary replication, start by auditing your existing database schemas to ensure they're compatible. Define clear write policies for each region specifying which node should be authoritative. Plan a phased rollout that introduces multi-primary functionality gradually while monitoring divergence metrics closely. Establish reconciliation windows, periods when heavy reconciliation happens, typically during off-peak hours. Create a backfill strategy to catch updates that might have been missed. Use canary or blue-green migration patterns where you enable multi-primary on a small subset first, observe closely, then expand. Having comprehensive test and disaster recovery plans is essential before going live. Understanding common failures prepares you to handle them. Network partitions can cause nodes to diverge when they can't communicate. Node crashes might interrupt reconciliation mid-process. Clock skew, where system clocks are out of sync, can cause conflicts based on incorrect timestamps. Delayed reconciliation backlogs mean updates pile up waiting to be processed. When divergence is detected, the system should roll back to the last consistent state, then replay committed events to recover. Maintaining backfills, historical records of all updates, helps catch anything missed during failures. Having clear recovery workflows and tested rollback procedures is critical for reliability. Multi-primary replication enables writes at multiple locations, providing low latency and fault tolerance. Remember the fundamental trade-off. You gain latency improvements and resilience, but must invest in conflict resolution and reconciliation. Choose your propagation model, push or pull, based on your latency and reliability requirements. Plan your operational approach with strong monitoring of divergence and reconciliation metrics. Adopt a phased migration strategy with clear rollback plans. Design your schemas with multi-primary in mind, using stable keys and append-only fields. Finally, prepare thoroughly for failure scenarios and test your recovery procedures extensively before deployment. With these principles and practices, you can build scalable, globally distributed systems.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.